I really disagreed with him a lot on this, but he said that moral decay and I guess better morality is somehow tied to education. What are your thoughts on that?
You bet. Sounds like a good Westerner. Sounds like a good white Westerner. I can't believe how many people think all religions are equally valid. And I don't have faith. Excuse me? Well, yeah, Cliffe, all religions are equally valid. Really? That statement means that either there is no God, or God is an impersonal force who doesn't care what you think about him. And that is incredibly Western, white, Enlightenment thinking. It's a faith position. It's a worldview.
He made the claim that education was tied to morality. I guess in terms that the more educated you are, the more enlightened you are. Somehow.
The more educated you are, the more moral you are.
Yeah.
H.G. Wells believed that. H.G. Wells saw World War I came along. H.G. Wells was convinced that World War I was the war to end all wars. But then H.G. Wells saw World War II come along, and he saw the most highly educated, highly technological nation of the world, Nazi Germany, perform some of the most horrible human atrocities imaginable. And H.G. Wells wrote a book called The Fate of Man. And in this book, H.G. Wells writes, "My faith in man and in education and in technology is bankrupt. For I have witnessed the return of organized torture by Nazi Germany. My faith is bankrupt. I respect him for his honesty." The idea that education is the basis of morality is a farce. For the question is, what are you going to use your good education to do? Blow up people or find a cure for cancer? See, so the question goes deeper. The question goes right back to, is there a God or is there not? If there is no God, morality is relative. So you create it in your intellectual ivory tower, on the streets of the inner city. You create what's right, you create what's wrong, and it's all relative. But if there is a God, and this God is good and just, and if this God gave you and me a conscience, then it means that justice is not a relative value. It's an objective moral value. And guess what? I am so glad that all my atheist friends have consciences that tie them into those moral absolutes. Because could you imagine living in a society filled with people who did not have a conscience? That would be scary. If I could murder and not feel any guilt, that would really be scary. Thanks for raising that issue.